There are many women here, plus a handful of men, but it's for 4 women that this gathering was convened. They're the Women of Courage, as named by the U.S. Mission in Uganda and ISIS, Women's International Cross-Cultural Exchange, ISIS Wiki. They may not have made headlines as often, but according to the U.S. Ambassador Scott Delisey, these women are extraordinary and have worked with courage for the good of their communities and Uganda.
Overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles, prevailed in the face of discrimination, and challenged societal stigmas in their effort to defend and promote progress for Ugandan women.
ISIS Wiki board member Elizabeth Ranga says Women of Courage is a special project. ISIS Wiki aims at promoting peace and post-conflict reconstruction among women.
Women who are not deterred by the complex inequalities in their communities. Women who give all, saving and changing lives with no expectations of reward.
One of the feted ladies is 60-year-old Winnie Nakalema, a nurse at Chitovu Hospital in Masaka district. She has worked diligently to better the lives of young girls and women suffering the shame of fistula.
For the last 28 years, I've been helping these mothers. I feel that I have to help these mothers because they are suffering. Why should they suffer when we are there to help them?
Nakalema's accolade was in the health category.
But God saw that the work I'm doing is good, that's why He chose me to be.
Director of Women's Affairs in the National Army, UPDF, Colonel Rebecca Mpaji, took the Peace and Security Award. She joined the Army as an aviation engineer and has fought many battles. In the Governance and Human Rights category, Justice Lydia Mugambe Sali was recognized for her courage.
The struggles are many, the challenges are many, but we keep the struggle and we work within the struggle and we keep going unstoppable.
And lastly is Donata Komhanji, the founder of Karusandra HIV and AIDS United SLA group in Kasese district.
When I was tested HIV positive, wherever I could pass, people could say, a dead body is moving. When I get sick, people could count days and hours. But thank God, I am here.
She has helped economically empower over 400 people living with HIV and AIDS.
Women who are always taken for granted. Whatever they do, they say that is their role anyway. So for them to be recognized is really wonderful. Youthful Mildred Apenyo, whom NTV has featured in the weekly Women and Power feature, was also hailed for studying Fit Click Africa, where women do fitness exercises and also take self-defense classes. The awards were inspired by the International Women of Courage Awards founded by former U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton.
The American ambassadors say that there is need for equality to exist amongst the men and the women, even if it's so challenging to achieve in so short a time. And besides, if women's rights are recognized, even the men will be successful.
Yet we still hesitate to empower these same women to lead and to create, to challenge, or to achieve. Why is that?
The ambassador says the U.S. has balanced the workforce of men and women, and that has paid off.
The increase in women's employment over the past few decades has added nearly $2 trillion to the United States economy.
But for most African countries, this remains a challenge. Former board president for ISIS Wiki, Dr. Thelma Awori, says men are the weakest link in Africa's development.
If we could do something about our men, Africa would be much further ahead than Asia. But our men are still pampered. They still don't want to take responsibility.
Dr. Awori says the transformation has to begin with men.
Patriarchy is still very, very strong in Africa. You have to still be very courteous to men, despite the fact that they're really squeezing your throat and taking the daylights out of you.
She's happy, though, for the men who stand with women to ensure that equality and equity is achieved to promote development. Florence Nalimba, NTV.